Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 11 of Gregtech New Horizons, and you might be noticing something behind me. Everything is gone, everything's ripped up, it's all torn to pieces, everything is ruined, except it's all right here. I moved all my stuff into these chests, these steel and iron chests, because we're going to be moving. I really like this base, I really like that all that it's done for me, I think it could look really good, and I think it could be a very well done base. However, if I'm going to progress in this pack, I need to do it my own way, and I need to do it differently than this, because this setup that we have right here does not make me want to automate things because I want it to look good. I need to move into a place where I don't have to worry about it looking bad if I set up huge, crazy automations. And as you can see as well, most of our chests are gone. There's a couple of stragglers here and there, stuff that I'm just not really going to take. I'm just going to leave it here, and if we ever need it, we can simply come back for it. I don't think I'm going to need light blue dye anytime soon. This is literally not usable in this pack, so there's stuff we don't need, but it will stay here and it will not be voided. So let me grab a couple of these bad boys and let's head to where we need to go. Let me put these down for a second. So let me explain what I want to do. I want to move to the Twilight Forest, and I want to move to a very specific place in the Twilight Forest, which you'll see in a minute. However, before we do this, I want to make sure we're not going to have any issues, because this is 1.7.10, who knows what could go wrong. It was an old version of Minecraft, things weren't very, super smoothed out in the modded scene, so things could go bad. So let me put this in my dolly and hope, let me put my wrench in there. And let's hope that this doesn't void items. Alright, here we are, and it looks like we're good. Okay, I just wanted to test that just to make sure, because I was kind of worried about it, because who knows what could happen. Also, this video is being recorded on the 25th, and I kind of didn't think about this before, but it's going to be uploaded on the 28th. So I kind of missed it, but Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates it, and a Happy Holidays to everyone who doesn't. Now, let's place these bad boys down and consider what we have to do here. So my goal is I kind of want to live in the Naga place. It's something that I've never really considered doing before, and I'm gonna have to kill the Naga to do that. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I think my DPS is gonna be good, however, I'm not sure my armor is gonna hold up. Come on, dude. Come on. Hey, don't destroy my home. Okay, this is going pretty well. A lot easier than I expected. I want him to stay away from the wall, though, because I really don't want him to destroy it. Oh, and there we go. And it looks like we got a yellow heart. And a lot of those fireworks. Okay, that's acceptable. It's not too broken. I could probably fix it up pretty quickly. So, let me go ahead and grab some of my stuff and bring it back here. And we're gonna hope that Nagas don't respawn. Now, while I'm doing my slow walk of shame, or I guess jump of shame, let me explain why I kind of want to live in the Twilight Forest. So first of all, the day-night cycle here is suspended, so it's basically perpetually day, which isn't really going to help us in terms of anything like power generation or anything fancy like that. Like, solar panels aren't really viable in this pack, I don't think, at least. But that does mean that we shouldn't have any hostile mob spawns, which means I don't really have to torch up this area. It's going to look essentially like it does right now forever, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. However, it also provides me a very easy template to automate things, as well as access to a ton of resources, plus a bunch of waypoints that I've already marked out for ores. I know this place doesn't have all the resources, especially very specific ones like I think cassiterite or tin veins and copper veins don't spawn here very often because of how low the average Y level is. Right now I'm on Y32 actually, so yeah, specific things don't spawn here, but a lot of things do. I don't know if you guys have noticed, at least with the videos that I put out so far, I have a lot of Omnifactory pre-recorded. However, I am a fairly technically minded guy, or at least in terms of Minecraft, that is. I prefer progression over beauty, and I want to utilize the way that I think about that as much as possible in this playthrough. I don't want to have to worry about making things look pretty. I want to have to worry about making things progress. I want to get to MV, I want to get to HV, and I want to do all that stuff as fast as possible. Why am I laggy? who knows? So yeah, I'm going to clean this place up a little bit, and definitely I'm going to clean up all the cracks and stuff, and I'll probably replace the floor at some point to either mostly these stone bricks or some other material. Didn't mean to do that, sorry floor. But I'm definitely going to clean up all these bumps. These do not need to be here, and they won't. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. That sounds like a lot of work, and I want to get automating. The first thing I want to do today is set up the rubber farm again. And actually, this was a pre-existing tree. This tree's kind of sick. Oh no. I just broke one of the things. Now it's only a 2. I wanted to break the top couple to like chop off the excess, but now it's just an average tree. It had 3 taps, which is really good, but now it doesn't exist anymore. So like I said, first things first, let's deal with these rubber trees. And if you didn't know, they always grow on the first bone meal, which is really cool. However, I'm looking for 2 or more rubber tap spots per tree. So now if we don't get that, we're just going to chop it down and try again. Okay, I'm going to do this by myself, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, there we go. That is 9 whole trees. Each of them have at least 2 taps. Like 3 of them have 3, which is really quite good. That should give about half a stack of resin every single time I harvest it, and I'll probably harvest it maybe once every 20 minutes or so, and we should be good. Also, I got the hollow glasses door. I don't remember if I said that or not. Thank you to, I don't remember what your name was, but in the comments section, you said I messed up the keybind, and I definitely did. I unbound it, and now I bound it to something else, so we should be good. I'm actually really glad that we have this, and I don't know, it's kind of an eyesore sometimes, but it really does help look through chests really quickly. Like, I know this is my fruits and farming stuff chest just by looking at it, and this is my, like, machines chest, and this is also a machines chest, and oh, here's all my plates and plate-like things. It's just a very nice quality of life thing. Also, I might add, I'm liking this place a lot more than I thought I would. It has nice sounds. There was a bird chirping over here while I was growing the trees. It was very, very cute and peaceful, and nothing has attacked me yet. It's so nice. And since we've got this rubber tree thing right here, I think we should start setting up a couple more things around it. First things first, let's set up our seared brick smeltery. I don't know why I called it a seared brick thing, but I want to make a smeltery, and I want it to be a 5x5. So let's start it right here, and then go 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then I just need to expand it this way, and we should be able to make a very nice 5x5 smeltery. This might actually technically count as a 7x7 smeltery. I'm not entirely sure. I do know it holds a ton of things, and I'm very happy that I have it. So this is what, 5x5, so I can go 1 more layer. This will have an internal volume of what, it's 40, wait no, it's 25 per, so it'll be 75 blocks inside at a time. That's a few. I should never need to melt down that many things at once, so we should be great. Look at how many slots this thing has. Alright, smeltery is entirely complete. I also set up all my tinker stuff right here, so we should be able to do everything related to tinkers with the smeltery and everything else right over here. Perfect. And now I'm setting up my steam tank right next to it because I think I'm going to produce steam and send it along this way into turbines, and we'll have an LV line right here. However, to get our steam running, we need to be producing water, and that's what's happening right here. This thing's actually kind of awesome because wait, are you filling up? Wait, is this wrong? Input enabled. Okay, now it pulls everything. Okay, apparently I have to have input enabled. I thought that meant nothing could go into this tank right here, but I guess that's not really an issue. Nothing should be going in here except for water. Anyways, in order to produce steam, we need to produce water, which is going into these bad boys. It looks like all of it's going into here right now. However, it shouldn't take very long for us to produce a ton of water because the humidity here is actually fairly decent. It's 50%, which means it produces 5 little bits of water every time it like ticks up. As you can see, 5 every single time, which is, I'm pretty happy with that. That's not bad at all. Very soon, I'll probably expand this out to a 3rd tank, and then I'll start expanding upwards to more tanks because I do want to use, like I've said in the past, I do want to use steam power for a while. So, you know, we're going to need a lot of water production eventually. Hey, little guy. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm just here to chill. I'm not gonna kill you. I did kill a couple ravens earlier. I hope you didn't see that. However, we're just here to build automations. You're very cute. Alright, so now I've got this long 16x tin cable line which is being fed by these basic steam turbines. I have 8 of them right now, which is being fed itself by these large bronze fluid pipes which are running directly underneath. I want to upgrade these to steel soon because their flow rate will go a lot faster, and I'm pretty sure these, if all working at the same time, can use... I'm pretty sure they can actually use more steam than these things can like throughput at once. So we might need to upgrade those in the near future, but for now we should be fine. So now let's go ahead and try to set up an automation that I've literally been thinking about for a couple of days now. What I want to do is fully automate steel production, or well, not fully automate. I want to automate it to the extent which it is possible to automate. So let me set up some of these coke ovens and I'll be back in a moment. So essentially what I want to do with these guys is I want to pump their fluid out into a big tank. I'm going to form a tank like that for creosote oil so we can potentially burn it later in the future. I'm not entirely sure if it's good fuel, but we will have it available for other things, probably like lubricant as well. But I want to pump the fluid out. I want to pump the byproduct out, which will probably be coal coke because I just want to test the fluid pumping right now, and we'll pump that into blast furnaces, and the blast furnaces will use the stuff we give it to make steel. So let some of these burn for a moment so they'll get a little bit of creosote in them, and then I have a singular pump that we can use to attempt to pump out and see how it works. Alright, this guy has 500 ml buckets of fluid in it, and let's see if we can pump into... I forgot to put the tank valve, so we can pump fluids into there. Let me get my wrench, connect you, disconnect you, and connect you, and connect you. Okay, perfect. So, it doesn't automatically pull out. However, if we do that, it should begin to pull out, or maybe we need to screwdriver it. Hold on. Oh, there we go. You see a little bit of creosote oil in there. Okay, it looks like it actually just finished another piece of charcoal, so it should be pumping out. I don't know why it's not pumping anymore. Did I mess it up? I pressed it with the screwdriver a couple more times and it started working, so I'm not going to stress about it. That means I'm going to need a couple more pumps so we can start fully automating creosote oil and not have it back up these machines. Okay, based on a little bit of testing, it kind of appears as though these can only be interacted with from the front face. As you can see, it connects there. However, on any other part of the bricked blast furnace, it doesn't connect. Also, did you know wrought iron wrenches are not good enough to break tin pipes, apparently? That's kind of dumb. I had to make a steel wrench. No issue, it's faster and everything. I'm kind of happy I had to make it, but it's just a little stupid. And no, you can't add multiple blast furnace faces. I've already checked. Oh wait, what? Why did that work? What? Hold on. Can I interact? Wait, what? Hold on. Guys, did I just break the game somehow? Is this a thing that people know about? Can you do this? Is this... Dude, what? Can I have 2 blast furnaces in one? If so, that's crazy. Hold on. Okay, this appears to be a thing that you can just have, and they don't share inventories, as you can see. Like, I have 1 charcoal in the bottom here, and the charcoal's in the top over here. They're not sharing an inventory, but they're sharing sides. And they're not sharing sides in the way that Gregtech machines usually do. They're sharing sides in a legal way, I feel like. For now, I'm going to keep it as the normal 1 blast furnace per blast furnace deal. However, if someone knows in the comments, please let me know. Is this something that I can do without breaking my game? Because if I can, I'm definitely gonna run like 8 blast furnaces within these 2 blocks. Alright, I just learned something. Don't connect wooden pipes onto the top of these things. Apparently they get hot and they burn things. So instead I'm just going to run them underneath. Should be fairly simple, and I guess this thing has steam in it now, so it's gonna hurt me. And with that, I've gotten our first machine running in the Twilight Forest, and we're building up a pretty decent backlog of steam, actually. These guys, okay, they're doing good on water. It looks like we're technically producing water faster than we're using it right now, which is really good. I'm really glad I didn't just break that block, because my pickaxe is just way too good. Alright, I just made the other couple of pumps that we need, and I should just be able to shove them on top of all of these bad boys. And are they pumping out? No, okay, that means we need to configure the settings. So I want it to import, right? Yep, I want it to import. Import and output and export are a little different with these machines than I'm used to, I think. What they do is they essentially mean import or export from the pipe. So what I'm doing here is I'm importing from the connected inventory into the pipe, and then this would technically be called exporting because I'm exporting into the connected inventory. You know, when I say it like that, it makes perfect sense. But in my mind, for some reason, I think export from machine into here. Oh yes. And now, if I'm gonna want to pull items out of this thing, I'm going to need a conveyor. So now I should have a conveyor, and it's not pulling items out yet. So let's try that. And it's not working. Okay, it did work. I don't know which setting allowed it to work. Let's go back to import. I might have just taken a minute to find the inventory. I know IC2 pipes do that. Maybe Gregtech does the same thing. And it appears the conveyors are working. I think what the thing might be is this thing can only handle one stack of items every 8 seconds is what it said, I think. So it must check for like whatever one stack in here. Probably one item counts as a stack technically every 8 seconds, and it'll shove it into here. And I can just begin building up a backlog. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Did I mess something up? Oh. And it pulled instantly. Okay, perfect. So now what I can essentially do is say, hey, I want a bunch of coal coke, and then I put the coal coke in this chest. It gets exported through a tiny item or a conveyor into a tiny item pipe, and it gets shoved into these guys apparently very slowly. I think the LV conveyor says, yeah, one stack every 20 seconds. So every 20 seconds it'll send another one. Looks like it's been 20 seconds apparently, and it will do its thing in here. And once it turns into coal coke, it should get shoved out of the top and go directly into this chest, which has a little bit of charcoal right now because I was initially doing the wood. However, oh, there we go. Perfect. Now they're all running. I don't think I can fully automate this, or if I can, I don't know how, but for now, I think I'm just going to make a ton of coal coke, and we'll make steel by hand for a little while longer. Okay, guys, I need to go get some sleep. It's going on 1 a.m. here. And I just got back from vacation, and I've just ran a ton, and I'm really quite tired. So it's time for me to go to bed. If you haven't noticed, throughout this entire video, I've probably been stumbling over my words quite a lot. And if you haven't noticed, that's probably because I'm cutting it out. Anyways, I think I'm going to let this stuff run over time, and it looks like it's working perfectly fine because we have our first 3 coal cokes, and it has filled these guys back up with 64 coal. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna get a ton of coal coke to run overnight. This should probably take what, how many, this is 3 stacks plus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so it's probably a good couple hours of coal coke processing. So you know, it's not time wasted in the world, it's just, you know, it's background processing, that's what we'll call it. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, so it is the next morning, and I've done a little bit of stuff. I've done a little bit of like trying to make this look a little bit better, you know, all that, and now I have this. So what happened was, last night, as soon as I said those last words to you, I realized that, hey, this isn't normal Gregtech. I was trying to make sure that everything was going to be okay if I just AFK'd overnight, and I realized Gregtech machines in this pack are not happy with outside. They kind of hate it outside, and they'll explode. In fact, I think the turbines, will just straight up explode and just take everything out. So I spent a couple minutes building this thing up, making it look like decent. It's definitely not done. As you can see, if I go over here, the other side isn't even quite built yet, but it does cover all of our machines from water. In fact, it's rained since then, and nothing bad has happened. So we should be good there. I didn't lose any machines, luckily, but I was probably pretty close. And from here on out, what I want to do is set up little baby automations like this. I mean, they'll probably look larger than what I have here. However, this is just what I've got so far. So this is the one that I had set up in our last base. This is my little rubber sheet factory. So sulfur and raw rubber dust go in here, and it turns into these rubber sheets. And now I have a ton, which is perfect. It's useful for these wires because these 16x wires take, I think, 5 pieces of rubber per, and I'm going to need a lot of them. And right here, we have a little centrifuge. The centrifuge is going to be dedicated pretty much entirely to centrifuging resin, because resin turns into glue and plant balls, as well as the raw rubber dust in a much higher ratio than if you used like an extractor or something like that. I also have our blast furnace hooked up, ready to go. I fixed some of the problems, except I don't have a soldering iron, so I can't fix the fact that the circuitry is burned out, and I don't think I can run this thing until I fix that. So I pinned it right here, and it looks like we have a little bit of work to do. We're gonna need a small lithium battery, or a small battery of some sort. I don't think it has to be lithium, or maybe it does have to be lithium. Okay, I clicked through all the pages and it does have to be lithium. So let's take a look at lithium. It can be made from lithium ore, it looks like, centrifuged from lipoldite, spodinum, callisto, grisium, electrolyzed from anything. Spodendum, clay. Okay, we can't do that yet. Lipoldite, tungstate, and that looks like just about it. So there's a lithium ore. Where does it go? It looks like it's only available on other planets and in the far end asteroids, to be exact, which is not exactly something I can get to right now. So I will have to find a way to get lithium, but I don't think that's going to happen today. Unfortunately, we are not going to run up our blast furnace today. However, I do want to get a little bit more done in this video, so I have some mining to do. If you check over here, I am pretty much out of a lot of things. 16 iron, 1 copper, a little bit of tin, and what? I have 27 gold, but I never have any gold anyway, so that's not really a big deal. I do have a bunch of steel, but I need iron to do things too. So let me go ahead and mine these 4 things, and I'll grab as much as I can. Hopefully I won't have to go mining for a decent while, but I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. You know, I think one of the nicest aspects of moving out to the Twilight Forest, and I can't get through right here, this kind of sucks, is the fact that for some reason this dimension doesn't have hardcore darkness, which is one of my least favorite parts of this pack. So if I don't have to deal with that, I'm definitely staying. Okay, so I just dug up an entire iron vein. It's actually right down there, and I'm probably going to use it as a part of this base at some point for like MV or HV machines. However, I don't really want to dig up anymore because I don't want to go find a copper vein, and I don't want to go find a coal vein, and I don't want to go find a tin vein. So I have a little bit of copper and tin right here in the form of malachite and cassiterite. So let's make this go a little bit further than it's currently going. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to set up a tiny little baby ore processing line so I can double my ores. However, to do that, we need to make one thing first. I want a compressor, and this should be the recipe. Yep. I wanted an electric compressor because I'm tired of using steam. We're going to go full on electricity. So let me set this up right here, and I'll put one of these slightly larger chests right underneath it, because you can actually open these when they're directly underneath a block, and they don't connect into double chests, which I kind of love. The reason I need that compressor is for the forge hammer, because the forge hammer needs an anvil, which needs 5 blocks of iron per, which is a little expensive. However, we can make the 2 macerators right now. And here we go. This is the forge hammer. Alright, that's pretty nice. Oh wow, lots of things going on. Okay, so over here, I'm standing a little bit further away because they're so loud. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, so I'm utilizing only one macerator right now, but I made the second one because I want to utilize it later. Once I have access to item conduits, which is not that far away, I guess it means the MV assembler, which is slightly far away. However, I can pretty much make everything here if I get my blast furnace going. So, what I'm doing is I'm pumping the ore through a chest into the macerator. The macerator is auto-pushing into the forge hammer. The forge hammer is doing its thing and then pushing into here. I just have to purify this myself, or I guess I could smelt it up normally, because none of this stuff really has to be purified. I could centrifuge it to get more copper, which I might actually do. However, that would require me to make a new centrifuge, and I'm not really in the mood to do all this crafting right now, because I just did a bunch of it. So, we're going to finish off the episode in just a second. However, I do have a little bit of automation going here, and let's check on our coal coke. Yep, okay, we're doing well, and hey little guy, we still have a fair chunk left to do. I didn't actually leave this running the entire night. I left it running for a little while, but not forever. So it will take a little bit longer to fully finish up the coal coke, but that is okay. I'm still producing steel at a pretty decent rate. This will be an entire another stack of steel, which should last me a decent while. And then once this is done, I can obviously shove in even more. So we should be perfectly fine there. So I think that's going to be everything for today. What I'm going to start next episode off with is a ton of batch crafting of things like circuits and wires and rods and all the stuff that we use. I'll probably also go mining a little bit at the beginning of next episode, but I'm not entirely sure. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I know we didn't get a whole ton done, but we did move all the way over here and get some basic automation set up, and we are future-proofed. We're ready for the future. At least, I think so. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.